Hey, free-to-play gang, welcome back to another video. Now, I want to test out something that a lot of you guys have been waiting for the longest period of time, which is R6 Camille. So we're going to take this slowly because I haven't actually explored a lot about her just yet, but there is one thing, or maybe like a couple of things that I have waited so long for this day, and I've actually held off from doing any of my Temporal Tower or my Infinity Tower clears. So for this video, we're going to do it really chill. We're going to see how powerful she is in a Temporal Tower. Can she actually blitz through the entire tower like extremely fast? But before we get into a Temporal Tower, let's take a look really briefly at how Camille is going to be built. So she's the latest addition to my R6 crew, and as you can see, I have already skilled her up quite a fair bit. So the thing is, I have decided to reduce the cooldown on her third skill by 1 turn, and her second skill is also with a cooldown of 4 turns. I don't think there's a need to reduce this further because she's going to go from a third skill into a second skill, and it's always going to cycle this way, so 4 turns of cooldown is going to be good enough, unless I'm looking for more DPS, which I don't really care too much about. So these are her equipment. I'm giving her the War and the Fiery Set, just pure DPS, because that's all she really needs to do for me. Ensure that she's always landing good crits. So just a lot of attack power, full crit rate, and some crit damage. But of course, it's a good idea to have a little bit more accuracy, but it's gonna be a little bit more difficult because my equipment's kind of sunk right now. Now, in terms of her resonances, the reason why R6 is so powerful is because her third skill will now give her an extra turn into her second skill, so she's able to land many AoE attacks very effectively. Now, let's take a look at how we can build a team for the Temporal Tower before we actually start the timer, and I'm actually going to try to figure out how long this would take for us to clear the entire Temporal Tower. So here we are in the VR Battlegrounds. I am going to be using Camille with an attack buffer. I think the attack buffer is either going to be a Dahlia or it's going to be an Alice. The problem with Dahlia is that, yes, she can push AP at the start, but she will not be able to give ourselves attack up buffs every single turn that we need. So that is potentially an issue. So for example, if I don't have the AG set on any one of these spells, so I don't have the attack up buff over here. But anyway, let's take a look at how her skills work. So her third skill, right into her second skill. So what the second skill will now do is deals extra damage to enemies with bleed caused by her third skill, right? And if the target is afflicted with bleed, you apply the bleed damage instantly while reducing the duration by 1 turn. So you instantly proc the bleeding stack, just like that. Well, like at least 1 turn of it. And if bleed damage is successfully applied, we then stun afterwards, which means she also has a stun kit in her AoE attack. So something like this. Boom. We didn't manage to get many stuns. We only got 1 stun there, but in terms of DPS, that is probably not so bad, right? But of course, that's not all. We can actually expand on this. So for example, we can choose to use an Esper like, let's say, Jiangman. Okay, I really need to get used to the fact that Jiangman is now blue. And oh, would you look at that? She has an Aegis set in her kit. Wow, big surprise. Okay, so what this is going to look like right now is we already have the attack up buff at the start, so it's totally fine. Jiangman is going to use her third skill first, and this is going to prep the DPS that Camille can do. So like right now, we can just use our third skill. We may not kill anything just yet, but when we use our second skill, this will pop the Nether Bloom debuffs, and that would deal a lot more damage to the enemies. But of course, this is just 3 Espers. We still have 2 other Espers that we can include into this lineup. And the next Esper that I'm thinking of is absolutely going to be Ashley. Ashley has the True Damage kit in her Rainbow Bridge buff, and of course, on top of that, she also has double AoEs and all that, so really good stuff. We can actually put her at the front because of her attack lead. So in terms of speed tuning, what's going to happen is Jiangman is going to go first, right? As usual. And then Camille is going to attack next. Boom. And essentially kill everything just like that. So we don't really need her to double her AoE in 1 turn because sometimes we need to conserve her AoE for the next wave. But that's not quite the same in harder floors, right? So if certain floors require you to attack more often, then yes, her double AoE is going to be very essential. It's going to be very needed as well. Now, the final piece to our puzzle, I think, since we still have 1 more slot here, I'm thinking of either Javid or maybe just an AP pusher. So I think Javid is going to be probably like one of the best choices for us right now. Because I have him built very fast. He's going to help us weaken the enemies at the start. So for example, he's probably going to use his third skill like so, land the debuffs that we need, and then Jiangman is going to apply the Nether Bloom, and okay, we did too much damage over here. Okay, let's try this again, right? So for example, we buff ourselves with the attack up buff, and Javid uses his third skill. Okay, we don't kill the enemies just yet, and now Jiangman uses her AoE attack. Okay, enemies are almost dead. Now we use our third skill, right? Boom! Wave 1 is done. Now let's take a look at what happens on the second wave. I reduced the speed of the enemies over here, so now they are level 70. So we're not going to have our third skill just yet. Because it's on cooldown. And Javid is going to use his second skill because his third skill is on cooldown. And then Jiangman is actually going to use her first skill because her third skill is on cooldown. So we have a few enemies left. And right here, Camille has a second skill, which means, boom. We almost got the kill here, but Ashley with her smart AI is actually going to use her first skill, as you can see here, to take out the last ad. So she's actually not going to use her AoE. So that's very, very helpful. So the thing is, if there are more enemies for us to AoE, Ashley is just going to help us with the cleanup crew. Alright, so that was a very, very long introduction. Let's take a look at Temporal Tower and let's try to beat this super fast. So I'm actually going to use my watch over here to determine how long the run actually took us. So we're actually going to drop all of these espers. These set of espers are going to be my Phobetor espers. Now the thing about Camille is that she has a tower attack lead of 40%, which is very, very powerful. So we're just going to drop all the rest of the espers that we were thinking of, and I'm actually a little bit uncertain about whether I should be using Javid or not. But I think for the time being, as long as I don't need an AP pusher, I think we can work with Javid. If not, we're going to replace him with something else that pushes our AP. And the last piece of the puzzle, Alice. Okay, so let's take a look at how this works and see whether is this like meaningful or not. And I'm going to start the timer right now, and we battle. Okay, so let's see how the AoE works. I'm pretty sure that we're going to blitz through like the first 20 floors very, very fast. So long as we don't have all of these animations at least. Yep, it's going to be super easy. Yep, definitely. That's it. That's the first floor done. Okay, so far Javid and Jiaman are just soloing everything. Camille has not even taken an action just yet. Okay, so far time check 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Oh, I think this would be very interesting. So Camille is going to double AoE here. Right, she's going to take a bonus turn. Nice. Okay, it didn't really matter too much over here. I think I should have targeted the boss tricky, but yeah. Okay, so yeah, Camille used both of her AoEs on the second wave, so that's why we are not able to AoE over here. And time check 11 minutes 20 seconds. Alright, now onwards to Temporal Tower 25 boss floor. So one major issue with the timing that I'm facing right now. Okay, I mean, we're not doing like super slow, but I think Javid is... Oh shit! I think Javid is probably a big reason... Oh my god, we are going to get clapped here. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay, shit, we got screwed. I was just saying, man, I think Javid is probably like a big issue for us because he's taking way too long for each of his attacks. So I think we're gonna have to swap him up a little bit. I think, should we use Gabrielle here? Maybe I should try using Gabrielle here. I don't know. She's not gonna carry anything for this fight, right? Yeah, but anyway, I think Javid is taking... His animations are way too long. Like his third skill, right? Takes about more than 2 seconds for his third skill without animation, without actually casting his animation. So his skill animation itself, basically. Now the reason why I brought in Gabrielle is just hopefully we have the extra defense buff, which could help. Oh no, never mind, I don't think it was that important after all. Lol. Okay, so that was 15 minutes 30 seconds rip. Yeah, I actually added a time when I was like picking Espers as well, so there we go. So I think I'm going to... Yeah, I think I'll just include Gabrielle here so that... I don't know, let's just see. If not, I will need to bring in another AP pusher, but the AP pusher has to push every single turn. So that kind of luxury I don't have, so maybe I might opt for a speed lead instead. Right, so a speed lead replacing Camille, that might work. Yeah, I never thought that this would have been a big issue, but using Javid was really slowing down my runs a lot. So right now, using Gabrielle, my runs are so much faster. It's so much speedier. Like, I think we can actually catch up with the timer right now and do like 2 floors per minute. Oh my god, I really hate this shit. Okay, we are approaching the final. We are approaching floor 45, right? Which is going to be the final boss floor, where I'll be using this entire team, because when we reach Phobetor, it doesn't make sense to bring all these espers. So I'm gonna have to swap up my espers on the 50th floor, which we will do it in just a little bit. But for the time being, what I understand from this team is that, yeah, definitely Javid is slowing down the run by a great deal, even though he does bring the double AoE, which is very, very helpful. And I also like fully skill him out and all that, but I think Gabrielle is a little bit better just in general in terms of like survivability, damage output and all that. I mean, I am building Gabrielle with the DPS kit, and I am actually very thankful that my Gabrielle is slightly slower than what's her face? Jiangman. Yeah, Jiangman is a little bit faster, which is great. So the thing is, this entire run was probably slowed down a lot. Well, obviously not just by Javid's animation, but also all the other random animations that we get every once in a while, especially Ashley. Ashley's animation, her ultimate animation, takes up way too long. Way too long. So you want her to be really slow, so that she only uses her third skill when she really needs to use her third skill. Yeah, so it's quite important that my Ashley is built the slowest in this lineup. Okay, so anyway, floor 47 time check is 29 minutes on the dot, which is not bad. It's a lot faster than whatever that I had in the past. So I think we should be able to do about, at most, 35 minutes, depending on how well our Phobetor fight goes. Okay, now final fight, Phobetor. Time check 31 minutes and 20 seconds, so we're gonna have to drop every single one of these espers, unfortunately. We're gonna bring the big guns over here. Okay, something like this. And I'm gonna run this on auto as well. Okay, we're gonna go for the Longmian first, since he's not stunned. Yep, still not stunned. Okay, he's dead. Nice. Get the Lucas. Get the Pritzker. And yeah, this last guy here. And then I think for the next wave, we are looking at the Unas. You just want to stun out the Unas and actually maybe just kill him ASAP as well. And then I think, okay, nice, the SNF just died. We go for the Raven. And now we go for the Biondina. Very nice, just like that. Perfect, perfect. Okay, and now we just down the boss immediately. Oh my god, animation. Okay. Let's go. Nice defense break. Slows. Very nice, good slows. I don't even know what the buff the boss has right now. What's this? Fast retaliation. In battle against Phobetor, espers who break its life shield receive damage immediately and be stunned for 1 turn. Oh, this one. Oh, this sucks. We just need to make sure that we AP control him as much as possible. Okay, we have all our AP controls. AP absorption, very nice. We got resisted by our AP manipulation, but it's fine. We have Sienna here, we have Brewster, we have a lot of AP control. Ollie just needs to use his third skill and actually crit. We failed the crit. Ouch. Okay, so the reason why my Ollie failed the crit is because his crit is actually really low, because I have him built for Chronos, which means I don't need a lot of crit rate. So it's unfortunate, even though we had the... I'm not sure whether we had a crit rate buff from Brewster actually, but assuming we had Big Sedge. Okay, last 10%. We have this, absolutely have this. Come on. Sander, last hit, let's go. Very nice. Okay, so 34 minutes. I'm not sure whether you can see my watch. Okay, my spatial awareness is really poor, but yeah, as you can see, 34 minutes on the dot. Very nice. Oh my goodness, 34 minutes. That's probably my fastest timing. Let's take a look at like the world's fastest timing. I'm pretty sure there's like 20 plus minutes or maybe even 15 minutes. So looking at the rankings itself, the fastest clear in the world right now took 32 minutes. 32 minutes. I am only 2 minutes away from being the fastest player in this game. In fact, I would have been like 5th position or 6th position, one of those. Oh my goodness, that is super freaking fast with the R6 Camille. Very, very nice. So I guess that's it for the first part of the R6 Camille showcase. So we're going to do more stuff. We're going to do PvP as well. We're going to do a bunch of other things that could revolve around her using double AoE nukes. So I'm very excited for that. Hope you guys are as well. Anyway, if you enjoyed today's content, I'm sorry it's a little bit long, but leave a thumbs up if you want to see more of such content in the future. And subscribe if you have not already done so. And this has been Free to Play. And as always, I will see you in the next video.